What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And we had just this weird data mine here from Brandon and Goldie. Shout out to these guys for giving us this information here. We have this brand new ace character. There's actually two new ace characters coming into the game. This ace right here, though, you can see the icons. This strength ace is a Sugofest exclusive, but we say it's a Sugofest exclusive, but the thing about it is it's not pullable. This is actually like a new character that's coming into the game and is purely free to play. However, you have to actually like buy the copies at all of the individual shops that are in the game. So we'll go over to the newsfeed right here because it gives us a bit more information. The new Portgas D Ace Unleashed Fire Fist will be available in multiple shops. It says one copy, so I assume one copy per shop, and I assume this is going to refresh continuously over time, but we'll see. One from the Rayleigh's Bazaar, 100k points, which is a fair amount, but if you've been playing for any extended period of time, this is pretty easy to achieve. Kizuna Insignia, 500 insignias. I feel like this is a lot, especially if you're new to the game. This is very hard to get. Monthly medal exchange, 1,000 Sugo medals in order to get him. Treasure map exchange for 50,000 tickets. It's pretty easy to get. Pirate Rumble exchange for 30k tickets. I actually used a lot of Rumble tickets recently to get my Cotton Candy Island to the next level, so this is going to be rough for me. And then PKA for 300 tickets, which is also actually a fair amount. And then he actually super evolves, so you've got like this 6-star ace that super evolves to 6-star plus for free, but the skulls are also 100 insignias each. You need 5 of them, so it's another 500, so it's 1,000 insignias that you really need, so it's pretty rough, honestly. And that's how you get this ace. So as we said, we have this 6-star ace character who super evolves into 6-star plus ace. And then you've got this other ace, which is a Pirate Rumble character. And we'll talk about all of them right here. So of course, this is the ace that you get initially, and ace will continuously get better over time the more copies you invest in him with level limit break, etc. Because he does actually have level limit break on release. So by getting multiple copies, you can actually make the most of that, and he has Final Tap as a free-to-play Final Tap. It's crazy. There's just a lot to talk about. So he, first of all, gives -1 cooldown, boosts shooter character's health by 1.5. If your health is 30% or below at the start of the attack, you get a 5 times attack boost, 3.5 otherwise, and then strength recovery 10M slots are matching, cuts crew by 10% HP at the end of every turn. But this is a really cool effect, reducing crew's decreased chain multiplier growth rate and attack down when chain is below a certain multiplier by 5 turns. So this is the first captain in the game to remove the chain attack down effect. That's really cool, and I don't think there's many captains that reduce this effect as well. So captain ability, I'm pretty impressed. Obviously multipliers are low, but it gets better as we go along. And then the base special of the unit, you get a 95% health cut, but the health that you lost, you multiply by 40 and you do damage to all enemies. You also get a 2 times attack boost against ignited enemies, but then he also applies ignited status to all enemies, ignoring immunity, which is awesome. And he also, well, the actual effect, it does 100 times attack. So it's a standard ignite effect that you get, similar to Ace and Akainu, you know, that type of ignite. So he gives you an ignited conditional boost. But as you level him up, he gets a lot better. He does have the Enrage effect. He has Barrier Pierce, okay. And he also has the potential ability of Final Tap. I believe the Final Tap stays the same, but it boosts the base attack on HP before attacking. So if you have low HP, you get up to 3,000 base attack, 1,000 if you have 100,000 HP left. And it also, well, that stacks, which is great. But then it further boosts the effect of damage dealt, what's conditional boost. It further buffs conditional boost by 0.3. So it's not a terrible Final Tap. It's okay, especially considering it's free. In order to launch it though, you need to be at the final battle with any of the 2 characters on the crew. I mean, you got Gold Roger, Luffy, Sabo, which is really good, but then you've got Edward Newgate and any of the other Whitebeard pirates. Support effect is bad, unfortunately. He does have Rumble stuff, which of course is going to get better over time, but he gives Striker buffs, which is interesting, and it gets into Strikers a little bit later, but Strikers get attack buff and targets enemies within a large horizontal range for 2 times damage, large range for 2.5, which is pretty good, and then if you're below 50%, target teams Monkey D, Luffy, and Whitebeard characters for a level 5 attack buff. Very specific, but either way, he does give defense, HP, and speed up level 5 to Strikers. What an amazing buff to Strikers. This is a great Rumble ability. He does have a GP burst as well after receiving damage 20 times. He targets targets teammates with low HP for a 50% heal, and then 3 enemies for a 50% health cut. It's not like a great burst, but again, it's free to play, and he gives buffs to shooter, striker, and strength characters. So, you know, that's just like the base form of this ace. And honestly, for base form, and you can pick him up from any of these shops, it's actually not awful. But then, of course, if you get the 6-star plus version, he gets much better. I'm not going to talk about all of these other forms. I just want to look at what he can get at max capacity, okay? So this is the 6+ ace right here. 6+ ace at max capacity. His captain ability can be this one right here at level limit break 3, giving -1 cooldown, boosts shooter and striker HP by 1.5. If your HP is 30% or below, shooter and striker get a 6 times attack boost, 5.5 otherwise. That is amazing. Makes their strength, recovery, and tandem slots have matching slot effects, so good matching slots, 10% health cut at the end of every turn. Reduces the chain growth rate reduction and the attack down based on chain by 5. What a great free-to-play captain. It's so good. And then you've got the special with, and it's interesting because the special gets slightly buffed after every level limit break. Normally the special just gets buffed at level limit break 5, but as you continuously invest in him, you'll get a buff here, you'll get a buff at here, and you'll get a buff at level 5. But if you do get him all the way to level 5, a 95% health cut, but you do the damage to all enemies based on HP lost. Changes all slots into tandem, which is great. And then if the captain is shooter or striker, allows the crew to stack up to 2 different damage boosting effects. This is double stacking conditional boosts akin to Super Sugo Robin, to Super Sugo Big Mom. This is a new form of this, but now your captain has to be either shooter or striker, whereas Robin was for Cerebral Free Spirit, Big Mom was for Driven Powerhouse, and now we have one for shooter striker, which is amazing. So good. Double stacking conditional boosts, whilst also giving you an ignited conditional boost for 3 turns, and ignites them through immunity for 1 turn. But then you get a clock buff. After 1 turn, applies ignited status to all enemies, ignoring immunity to status effects. So you can use it on, hypothetically, like a stage 4 of a boss. You get the conditional boost, you ignite them, and then when you move on to the next stage, because your conditional boost lasts for 3 turns, you ignite them again. So you can have this ignoring immunity conditional boosts for multiple different stages. This is amazing. A really good special here that can stack with other characters on your crew that can also apply conditional boosts. So I love what they're doing here. This is awesome. Sailor effects here. Tandem slots are matching for shooter and striker. It's okay, you know. Barrier Pierce. It is unfortunate that you have to be above 80% or below 20% HP. I just wish it was always ignoring, but it's a shooter with Barrier Pierce, which is always a good thing. And then you also get the Enrage effect, so that's fine. And then the final tap, which I believe is the same. Yeah, the final tap does not change upon getting dupes for this guy. But I wonder if the Pirate Rumble stuff changes. Wow, for his Rumble passive is for all characters when you get him buffed up. That's really good. Or this is just for 6+. And then his special targets your entire team for an attack buff. Large range horizontal for 2 times damage. Large range 2.5 damage. Below 50%, Monkey D. Luffy and Whitebeard gets level 5 attack. Yeah, this guy's actually very good in Rumble. And his GP burst looks the same as well. Hang on, he's got his Pirate Rumble level limit break, where he goes up to level 6 HP defense speed, and when he's below 50%, he gets a shield, and then he gets attack buff, and then he does just more damage, basically, and gives a shield to Luffy and Whitebeard characters. Okay. Actually, very good. But the rest of this does look the same, so nothing really too crazy. But yeah, this new Ace character, free to play. You pick him up from a bunch of these shops. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see what else they do like this in the future. It's been a while since they've introduced stuff like this, so I like that they are doing it. This is really cool. Now, as we talked about, there's also this brand new Ace that's going to be arriving. He is a new Int Rumble Rare Recruit character. So this guy, the normal captain and special, like this stuff doesn't matter. We want to have a look at his Rumble special. Rumble special is going to give your Psi-type enemies 100% chance of half defense, only for 5 seconds, so this buff is probably just going to be for Ace. And then targets enemies within a large range for 3.2 damage, 80% chance of paralysis. It's okay. I don't know what the CT for his special is, because that could really determine how good this is. If this special is like 28 CT or lower, I love it. I think it's really good. If it's not, it's going to be kind of rough. And then his Rumble ability gives Int teammates 6 attack and 6 HP. And then every time he deals damage up to 4 times, you get level 2 attack buff to Int. yeah, very good offensive powers here. Building those mono int teams to take on mono psi. This is going to be a great addition to those types of squads. I don't know what his classes are, but if I had to guess, he's probably going to be shooter free spirit, shooter fighter. Because he's not going to be driven. If he was driven, it would have been so nice, but I just don't think that's going to be the case. So overall, the ace is like just okay, but this new free-to-play one, that's what we're looking for. This guy looks really, really cool, and I'm excited to get my hands on him and trial him out in content. You know, more double stacking conditional boost is always going to be a great thing. This is going to work really well for shooter teams, actually, giving them a lot more power, because you could have like this ace getting your ignited conditional boost. You could run like Usopp and Yasop for their delayed conditional boost and giving base attack boost. The base attack boost can obviously stack with Ace with his final tap, giving more base attack boost. And then if you run Usopp Yasop and you run Ben Beckman Lucky Roo, you know, you've got an attack boost with Ben Beckman Lucky Roo's super class, and you've got an orb boost and chain boundary with Ben Beckman Lucky Roo. You get the super tandem with Yasop and Beckman Lucky Roo. So you have super tandem, then you have final tap with this Ace character. There's some cool stuff going on. I like what they're doing here. It's some really, really cool stuff. But let me know your thoughts and opinions about all of this down below in the comment section. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.